Well, I'll tell you, I am so excited to be standing in the kitchens of Kyra's Bake Shop. Now, I'm here with Kyra, and Kyra, this is actually really new. It's just opened recently.
Yes, we opened in November.
And I have to say, it's absolutely delightful. And you know, you're the person that taught me that gluten-free can be absolutely delicious.
Yes.
So we're going to be talking about cakes today.
Mm-hmm.
So just start telling me about these beautiful cakes here and what they are and how you create them.
Okay, well, we have been doing wedding cakes and birthday cakes and anniversary cakes for a long time.
Yeah.
And it's one of our favorite things to do because you really get to play with the creativity. You know, it's not just making cupcakes day in and day out, which I do love.
Yeah.
But, you know, we get to unleash our inner, creative artist, which is really fun.
And well, I would think that with anything, like even with cakes, there's always a kind of a trend, a fashion of them.
Absolutely.
And these are stunning. So
Thank
how do
you.
you keep ahead of that, and what do you look for?
A lot of times we find out what brides are asking for, and they're taking a lot of their direction from Pinterest and other social media websites like that. This is probably one of our most popular styles right now. This is the rustic chic style, and it's very easy to do, and of course it's absolutely made by the fresh flowers on it.
Yeah, and speaking of the fresh flowers, I happen to have Lora from Sophisticated Floral. Lora, how are you?
Doing great. How are you?
And so are you the brain trust that comes up with these designs of the flowers?
I do, and although I do get inspired a lot by the cake design, so I do ask them, what the size dimensions of the cake are, and just if it has a lot of pipe work like this, I don't want to overpower it by adding, too many things on there. And then in this cake, it's actually total opposite, where it's very understated, so then it needs more kind
so
of
you
pop.
really do work with Kyra on making that cake that bride and groom really want.
Yes. Yep.
And tell me some of the things that you go through choosing the flowers that you put on cakes.
Well, it definitely depends on time of year, and also just on the rest of the colors and things that they actually have in their wedding. You kind of want it all to kind of go together.
Sure.
And so garden roses are just a huge trend. They're very lush, very beautiful, and so that has definitely been something that a lot of brides are requesting, and they come in many colors.
And did I see sedums in that too? That's so clever.
Yeah, the succulents are another gorgeous option. I mean, it grows up here locally, and then people can have it in their garden, and then the best thing I like about them is it lasts all day long.
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the heat or anything like that.
Yeah, and they really are cool. And I would think too that putting things on a cake, if it's like a warm season, you would have to be kind of careful for that, but you have really clever ideas on how to do that.
Yes. There's, if we just do the topper, you can pretty much use any kind of flowers you would like on there, and then they just keep beautiful all day, and it's just easy, and it's also a time saver for me, just something you can pop right on.
Right on the cake, and then you have something beautiful right there. Yeah. Say somebody's watching this and they go, oh, I can do that, I want to do that myself. There are a couple of things to remember.
Definitely. If you're using especially the flowers from your garden, make sure they're clean. There's no bugs, especially succulents and things like that. There's always dirt. Clean them up. Also, another thing, wear gloves. Make sure that there's no fingerprints or anything.
And Lora, some plants really are toxic, so that you need to be aware of what you're using.
Exactly. So that's why if you're not really sure if there's a branch or some kind of fern that you have in your yard that you're not 100% sure about, probably shouldn't use it.
Yeah.
Other than that, just kind of go with the more common flowers. And of course, if you're definitely not sure, call a florist.
Well, now, when you have people come in, Kyra, what is it that you do? What's the process of people that say, I want my cake to be made there?
So we do a cake questionnaire, and we like to get a feel for what the bride and groom think that they want for their cake, or the bride and bride, or groom and groom, whatever it should be.
Yeah.
What the feel and theme of the wedding. And so then we team them up with one of our cake designers whose personal style best reflects that decorating theme.
Right.
And we kind of go through some of their options, and if they have pictures, that's always very helpful. Sometimes they just say, I don't really know what I want, but I want it to look really gothic, and I want it to be dark and lots of piping, or I want it to be very light and elegant and airy. And so we kind of take direction, and then we'll work up a couple sketches for them and say, this is what it could look like.
And it really is just a level of communication between them and you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Kyra, I've been to a lot of weddings, and the cakes are often beautiful, but I see a lot of them maybe not even hardly eaten at all. That's not true with yours, is it?
It's not. And in fact, I have some for you to taste so that you can see what everyone else is tasting.
Wonderful. I will not say no to that. So while I'm tasting this, I want to encourage you, if this stuff interests you, you can go to gardentime.tv, and now I'm going to take a bite. Oh my goodness, it's so good.
That too.
Oh yeah, I will finish this. Go to gardentime.tv and we'll click you over to either website where you can get all the information you need and have a beautiful cake to celebrate whatever it is in your life you want to celebrate. Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you, William.
Thank you.